as our own dear sister. Well, she's not my sister. All right, come on, man. I got to say it right. Our own dear wife, Mrs. Henrietta. I don't want to use your mother's maiden name anymore. So, Mrs. Henrietta Sribo. All right, that's it. She is a nurse practitioner, and well, I'll let you do the other part because I don't want to say it wrong. I know you are an emergency nurse and you still do, right?
Yeah, I do.
All right, so you tell us more about that. And then to her left is my own wife, Mrs. Gifty Oteng. Oh, come on, man, let's do the clap for her too. And then after her is the big boss, Dr. Frank Sribo, of the current president of the Ghana Medical Association. Come on, give it up for him. All right. So, viewers, if you join us later or right now, these are the people we're going to be talking to. Dr. Sribo and I are going to pick the brains of these beautiful women on how they have made it so far as practicing healthcare professionals and mothers on a beautiful Mother's Day like this. What we can do to ensure that mothers are, fitted with the best health knowledge that we can think of. So if you are joining, welcome to the Life and Health Show. And my name is Dr. Oteng. And myself and Dr. Sribo are going to be just picking on the brains of the women. Of course, because we are all in healthcare, if it demands, we may throw in here and there certain answers. Or if they also want to pick our brains on some of the things that we could probably do for the women, we could also do that. Doc, right? We could do that. All right, Doc, I think your mic is muted. Let me make sure that you are not muted anymore. Doc, make sure that your mouse is not muted at your end.
Let me try and unmute myself.
Yeah, we got you now. Yes.
Good.
All right. All right. So yes, go ahead and say something, Doc.
Yes, happy Mother's Day to these two beautiful women. Of course, and to all the mothers who are watching and listening in this evening. Happy Mother's Day to all of you. We know.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Okay, Nathan, you give your gifts. Before you give your gifts. Oh, wow.
All right, kids, you guys have anything to say?
Oh, we've said it in our letters, but I think a brief summary will be that we appreciate you both so much. We love you, and we see the hard work that you do every single day. I want to just say God bless you, and that we love you once again.
Oh, we love you.
We love you.
Wow. Come on, give it up. 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 Give it up.
Oh, that's a surprise. All right, go.
You guys did good. You did good. Oh, wow. Good job.
Enjoy your show. Thank you guys.
That's what's up. We did it. Right?
Okay, don't cry.
Yeah.
You guys shouldn't cry, right?
You should not cry.
It's
No
our
tears
special
of joy.
Yes.
We appreciate all that you guys are also doing for us. We are striving to be, the perfect mom, but there is no perfect mom out there.
Oh, come on, man. You guys are
trying
approaching
to do
the
our
perfect.
best.
You are approaching perfect right here. All right. Doc, do you have anything to say on your own too? We know we got a lot in the cut, but yeah.
there's a lot for us to talk about, so we'll be here. But I could see that some of them, is this tears that I'm seeing?
Oh, look at you.
That could be tears of joy, right?
Tears of joy, yeah.
Before then, you said Hetty was going to introduce herself.
Oh yeah, I had to say a little bit about yourself before.
Okay. I'm Henrietta Serbo, and I work as an emergency nurse specialist, currently pursuing fellowship in emergency nursing. I work in one of the biggest hospitals in Ghana at the emergency unit. So I've been practicing for the past 20 years as a nurse. So.
20 years? Oh, come on, man. Give it up, give it up, give it up. That's a long time. 20
I
years.
think you've been doing more than 20 years, Sabi.
Your husband thinks it's even more.
It's even more than that.
Yeah, I think you've been doing for 23 years now.
Wow. Oh wow!
Wow! See, that's a man on the line. He keeps the numbers.
And in counting.
Yes.
And in counting.
All right, that's very good. And I know this is your second time on the live.
Yeah,
and
sure.
We are happy. Doctor has been on the live also on this channel a few times. So you are no strangers to this place, and we love you, and we thank you for coming each time to our channel and being a big support. Now, if we know how many people tell us how they benefit from the little things we do here, you will be wowed. Some people comment here and there, and so when you spend time with us, it's something we are doing together, even though it's one day here, one day there. We appreciate your presence, so thank you so much. So with that being said, Doc, the floor is ours. We're going to pick on their brains to see what they have done and continue to do. I'll start off with my questions. I'll ask them, what are some of the top health challenges for women out there in modern era? And any one of you can start. For some of the top health challenges.
Yeah, I think we will start by saying, I know the top one is heart disease and stroke, if I can put it all together. So that is, I think, is the number one killer for most women out there. So that is one that I would say. Do you want me to elaborate or continue mentioning them?
Yeah, let's mention them first, and then maybe after that we can go on. If you want to add any.
Yeah, we can also talk about cancers affecting women. We can talk about cervical cancers and then the other breast cancers that we see around women of today.
All right.
Yeah. We can also talk about diabetes and then Alzheimer's disease coupled with dementia that women go through as they go through their life processes. So these are some
wow. So women, you suffer dementia too?
Of course.
Wow. Look, they don't forget.
They don't forget, especially if you
I'm
want them.
surprised. Yes.
that may be the latter stage, but around this time in our prime, no, we never forget.
Oh, come on, man, try
we keep stuck.
Even in the latter stages, I doubt.
And I think we also have chronic respiratory diseases that we can also go through.
All right. Anything else? That's it?
Yeah.
All right, Doc, you have any follow-up on that, or otherwise we'll move on?
I just want them to elaborate a little bit because I feel that motherhood is quite stressful. And so how do you connect these diseases you talk about or these conditions you talk about in relation to stresses that you go through?
Yeah, so I think I mentioned the first one is heart disease. We have the heart attack, we have the stroke almost happening. With our discussion that we've had previously, I think we mentioned that every 40 seconds, somebody have stroke. So it's very rampant. It's not just the men. Women are also having this issue. And as women, we know that we have a lot to do. We have a lot to juggle. So let's take, for instance, being a full-time worker and being a full-time mom and being a full-time wife. and trying to keep up with the latest things out there, so there is a lot on your mind as a woman. So how do we maneuver through this, being a full-time worker and being a mom? As I said, is very stressful. So how do we go around it? I think the first thing that we have to take interest is self-care. We have to be aware that we are humans, we have limitations, and we are moving through this life. So in order to be able to go through this, we have to take care of ourselves. Because if we don't have anything, we can't give anything out there. So we have to invest in ourselves. How do we invest in ourselves? So we can start by having time. So we wake up in the morning. What are the things that we have to do? We don't just get up and start attacking, start going around your daily routine. You have to take time to reflect. What you can also do is like you have to put down what you plan for the day. So like you have a schedule that today I have to do this, I have to do that, after that I have to do that. So after you've strategized the day, when you start it, you know what you are about. But if you don't plan, we have this saying that if you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to plan the day. You take one day at a time. You plan the day, what you are about to do. You wake up in the morning. Me, for instance, when I wake up in the morning, the first thing that I do, as a Christian, you just do your small meditation in the morning. After your meditation, I get straight to my workout, because exercise, I think, is something very important. It gives you the mental health, relaxation. It relaxes you, and it makes you stay active during the day. So that would be my first 30 minutes that I will exercise. So after my exercise, then I'll start my day knowing what I'm about. You check on the kids, you check on the husband, you check the fridge to make sure that there is food in the house. So I think the very important thing that you have to strategize or plan the day. As you go through the day, you know what you're about. Doing that, you will be fulfilled at the end of the day. Then the next day, you take one day at a time and you continue. And I'll ask my sister to continue in that line.
Yes. To maintain our mental stability as women, we should make conscious effort. Like consciously, you make effort to maintain yourself and then to get your health on balance. So for you not to get heart conditions, as we mentioned, and stroke, you should find ways that you don't end up in that direction. So how would you do that? How would you make sure that you don't end up with heart conditions or you don't end up with stroke as you go through as a mom, a full-time mom who is also schooling as well, or you had other engagements? You should find a way. And how will you do that as a mother? Then you have to maintain your heart health, right? You have to eat right. You need to exercise. And as Dr. Oteng said, you need to prioritize your day so that you can go through all these aspects and then you'll be able to maintain or achieve your health as you've planned. So it's more about making conscious efforts about yourself, setting priorities, and making sure that the ones that are not important, you kibosh it or you leave it behind and focus on the ones that would help the family, help in your health. And then as you go along, you need to also set boundaries for yourself. Know when to isolate work from your personal values, your personal life, so set boundaries and in all the things that you're doing. So I think that's what my take on that one.
I see you guys don't gossip. The way you talk about, you never set any time out to gossip or do anything like that. I thought gossiping was part of what you do.
That would be a coping mechanism, right? They're not
Yeah,
anything about
that's why I'm asking. They never mentioned it.
Gossip can be positive if whatever you are talking about is going to help one another. So let's say that, oh, you know what? I went to the mall and I saw this lady. The lady doesn't know I'm talking about her, but whatever she did may help my sister, you know. So sometimes it's just talking. That can be, we sometimes when you see us talking, it's not gossiping per se.
Yeah.
It's just releasing stress, you know. Talk it out, you know, say something.
Yeah.
And after we've talked and let's use your word, gossip, you know, we come out so refreshed and able to tackle the day.
Gossiping, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So we gossip about you guys, right? We talk about you, we discuss you, and at the end of the day, we come back, we're so free.
That is what I wanted to hear.
Yeah.
That is what I wanted
It's
to
no
hear.
news. It's the same everywhere. So we get relieved. So I think it's important. So we discuss our husbands, we talk about them, then we find we are good to go.
Then you realize that yours is not as bad after all, right?
So you don't need to stress about it.
They are all the same.
They're all the same.
Hetty, let me ask you a personal question. With the kind of experience that you had with this, your fracture, and the stresses that you have to go through, how do you balance this with, you talked about exercising. How do you go around it?
Doc, if you want to give us a little background, people may not know.
Yeah, I think about a year or more ago, she fell and had, in fact, a trimalleolar fracture. So there was more of 3 fractures in the leg. The right leg had to break in 3 areas. And so as she says, she is actually a cyborg. She has a metal in the leg. One has been removed. And there's still one in there. So she talked about exercising, and I'm just asking how she balances this injury with the kind of exercises that she's talking about.
Okay. So during that period, the exercising wasn't an active exercise. It was a passive exercise that I was doing. And then I watched my diet, right? So I was eating healthy because you are immobilized because of the fracture. I wasn't moving anywhere. So I have to find ways to maintain my health. So it was first with my diet, and then I was doing passive exercises because I couldn't move my limbs. So that in that way, it helped a lot. And I reduced, like I had a healthy weight compared to now I'm walking because I made conscious effort because I was immobilized. So that's it. Unless you have other things to add.
Are you doing the top cuts or what kind of exercise?
So I had exercises for the fractured limb as well. So that was passive, rotating, and all that. Range of motion exercises with it as time went along.
I see. So this goes to all the other women who may be watching in the future. You can't just fold your arms and say that, you know, because you are sick with this or you have this injury, that's it. You gave it. You're giving up, and it doesn't work like that because somebody has gone through it, and they are still managing. And actually, I can see a little bit of sluggishness when you're climbing the stairs. So you still have to take it slow. And I'm pretty sure a lot of women may have gone through certain things. It may not be the same, but being the mothers, how much we cherish you, we want you to be around all the time. And if we can't have you, you know, having heart attacks and heart diseases, then you got to still stay on point in terms of your exercises. So good thing you shared, Doc. That's a good thing so that people will not give the excuse of injuries or sickness and stay home without any exercise. So that is good. Now, I will also ask a question. How do you navigate the challenges of balancing career aspirations or your career with family? I mean, let's talk about how many kids these women have combined, at least so that people
These women.
these beautiful women have, okay?
That one too.
I meant it the right way, okay?
So yes, amazingly combined, they have 6.
6 children, 3 each, right?
Each. And it's quite stressful, very difficult. Different kids, different needs, different mindsets. You can't put all of them in one basket. You need to treat each of them differently So it's important they tell us how they manage, because sometimes it's quite amazing.
Yeah.
Especially with work and all of these children that you can lump together and treat them as one. So how do they balance it? How do they meet the needs of these kids? And of course, the biggest case are ourselves.
That's exactly
me
what
and you.
Yesterday, this year.
We are the biggest kids. So how do they manage? I think they have to share that with career, and then of course with family issues, and with these kids who operate differently on different levels.
Let me take it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So I can say that it's not easy at all, but with your help, I know we have wonderful husbands that are very supportive, because I feel like if you are a single woman or a single mother, that is even more challenging. But I know that if the two team together to do this together, definitely that's why we are able to do what we've been doing so far. Because me, for instance, like I have two adult kids, I can say that, and one young one. And I have to, even with the two adult daughters, they are both girls, but they have different temperaments. Both of them are so different. So one is more open, more like share whatever she's going through or what is happening in her life with you, and the other is very reserved. So as a parent, if you're not careful, you tend to cater for the one that open up to you more than the one that does not share with you. So what I've learned personally is that I approach them differently. You know, I tend to call the one that is reserved, and I tend to ask more questions, trying to pry a little bit, because sometimes she won't share if you don't ask. But I've realized that if you ask, she opens up to you. So definitely they are different in all aspects of their lives. Their aspirations are different, what they want to do, their interactions are different. So you as a mother, you should find a way to care for their needs. The way that the things that they need, you have to do it like separately. Naturally, you will be comfortable with the one that come to you, but you have to be careful so that you don't bring division in the family. You have to treat everybody according to their need. Some people are more emotional, so the way that you talk to them, you have to be careful. And we shouldn't compare. I think we are easily saying that, why can't you be like your sister? We are easily find ourselves doing that, but we have to find a way to show our love to them the way that they want to receive that love. Maybe one, if they talk to you, the way that you care and you respond, they receive the love. But the other person that don't open up to you, how would you share your love with such a person? So I think you should deal with them differently, the way that their temperaments are. And with about the boy, yeah, he knows it all. So you have to have a way to deal with him too. So I think it's very challenging, and one thing that they do too is they tend to play the two of you, the two parents.
Yeah,
So
manipulate.
you have to be able to be on one front in order to say in order to agree on whatever you want them to achieve. So I think it's not easy, but with
Also, how do you
determination.
balance that with career, with work?
How do I balance that career with work? So the it's such that you have to, if you're going to work, it's work time, so maybe they will be in school or they may be doing something on their own, right? So if it's work time, I've allocated that every day I work 8 hours, and that's it for work. So when that time comes, because I'm a very good employee, I make sure that I focus on my work and I get it done. But after the 8 hours, the rest of the time is for family. So the way that I balance is that I make sure that I allocated specific time for each of what my expectations are, because I'm a mother and I'm also a worker, right? And we need the money to keep coming in. So all that aspect is important. So I make sure that I allocate a time for it and I stick with it. If I go to work and maybe my supervisor want more of my time, I have to set a boundary that no, I can do only 8 hours for the day, because the rest of the time I have to take my kid here, I have to take him to swimming lessons, I have to do other things. So I'll make sure that I'll set boundaries and let them know that this is how many hours I can do, and the rest of the time is dedicated for my family. So that's the way that you can balance the two. You set time and you stick with it. You don't let one overshadow the other. I think some mothers are such that they tend to do more work and neglect the family. If you do that, definitely the family is going to go down south. But you have to make sure that you balance the two and try to tackle them in such a way that you succeed and your family thrive and your career also thrives.
All right.
Yeah.
I guess we'll let you continue also.
I want to add something small. So motherhood is very overwhelming. If you don't take care, you go crazy. Sometimes it gets so tough, you don't know where to look up to. But we have our men who give us support even when they are far away. So you hear them saying, calm down, it's going to be fine. And that one also puts you on. It makes you feel better. At least
I know this
somebody's
far away is
thinking
meant
about
for
you.
me.
Reality. This is reality, practical, right? At least somebody's concerned about you. Somebody's thinking about your welfare. So it makes it than not having anybody to talk to or to calm you down. And also remember that the chores that we do every day is cyclical. Your aren't gonna stop. You keep on doing, you will clean, it will get dirty and all that. So at times you need to listen to your body. When you are tired, you are tired. You need to take a rest, right? After all, nobody is coming for inspection in your home. It's your home. So imagine if you fell down one day and you don't wake up again. Who is going to take care of the kids that you are leaving behind as you want to? So as mothers, at a point in our life, listen to your body. The body is tired. It's giving you signals. Yeah. You have headaches. You can't concentrate. Listen to your body. Step back, take a rest. And with this, I have practical experience, right? So working mother, schooling, and taking care of family. So at a point, the headaches were not stopping. Yeah. BP was skyrocketing, even with medications. And you sit on the laptop as well to do your assignments, to have your online classes. And it's like, I need to still go on. Then at a point in time, I realized, hey, close everything. Take a step back, calm down, relax, and then re-strategize. And then you come back again. So we need to listen to our body. When our body is talking, we need to listen before we break down with all these problems. So mother's love is far than the sky. We love our kids. We need to show them love. The bigger kids, we need to show them love. But we need to plan as mothers, right? Have your me time. Have your personal time. That one is for me alone. Minus my kids, minus my husband, it's me for my sanity. So on Saturdays, I have my mean time. That's 4 hours after lunch. I lock my door. It's for me. And the last one, who is 10 years, will come knocking on the door. Mommy, it's 4 hours. Your mean time is over, right? Because he wants to come around and then have those chats with you. So set that time for yourself to maintain your sanity, right? And then have time to go to the beautician, right? Pamper yourself as a woman. You need it. So have your pedicure, have your manicure, your facial treatment. Treat yourself as a queen because you deserve it.
Yes.
You need to be healthy for your husband and for your kids. And you need to look beautiful for your husband. aside all the things that you are doing, hard work, working hard and all that, you need to also what?
Doc, you know
Present
where she's
yourself
going.
well.
Everything is, she says, for your husband because they know it involves money. You
I
know what I'm
know,
saying?
Yeah.
I'm sure she's sure I was going to ask her. Now I know where all the money goes to.
I know, and she's smart.
But even if they
But I
complain
get your
about the
point.
money, you know, it'd be like, oh, you spend all this on manicure and pedicure. What do you have to say? You are worth it, right?
Yeah.
Or
You have
earned it.
to. You've earned it. Yeah.
Yeah, you do. And it's just a teaser, but you're making a lot of sense, especially, people in the diaspora, where work is like the order of the day. Every day it's get up, go and come, get up, go and come. Sometimes you forget about yourself and you definitely run your body down. So this is something that we can all learn, especially those of us in the diaspora, that we have to have a me time. Me time. And for you, it's 4 hours, right? So those who are watching us today or maybe watching later this video, I want you to put in the chat how many hours of me time you are going to put for yourself, especially for the ladies, because Mother's Day today, and they are sharing their secrets. Me time. I hope that when it's Father's Day, we'll get to tell them what our me time is, right?
I don't even know. In fact, this is news to me. Now I understand certain things, right? It's good. It's good we are doing this because I now understand certain things.
Yes.
But me time, I've observed it, but I don't know what it is. So I took it as the mood probably swinging or just she wants to be alone or something like that. So I have to just leave her.
Back off. Now you know.
I just back off. Now I know. Now you know.
Me time.
It's a good thing. I think we should all start doing that too, guys on the live, because
would they allow us?
Ladies, Doc is asking.
I think you guys take a lot of me time.
Sure.
Okay.
Thinking about this. Oh yeah.
Whilst we are cooking.
Whilst we are with the kids, interacting with the kids, helping them with the homework, and doing all that with the noisy environment, you are somewhere else all alone, and you've always taken me time.
We are just strategizing.
Even when we are alone, we are doing work, right?
There's a lot of work.
Yes, but it's a good thing.
The brain usually being hits up more than when you are not even alone.
Yes.
So when do you get to do your me time?
Now that we've learned it, myself and Doc have just learned it, so we are also going to start putting it into practice, and we'll definitely come back another time to ask you guys how you see this meantime. How are you coping with the meantime?
Yeah. So the meantime is not just being alone, though.
You don't want us to be alone. You guys know. Come on, we're going to be alone. We are going to be alone. You be alone. We're going to be alone, right, Doc? They want to define ours differently. No, she said me time is alone time, right? 4 hours lock up, nobody disturbs you.
Yeah, that's her me time. But let me explain a little further. Like some people have hobbies, right? Or maybe they love to read a book. This time you are not working because he started saying that when he's alone, he's working. Me time is more like you are taking it easy. You are just relaxing. Some people love watching movies. They just want to watch their favorite movie. They want to read a book. Some people even do gardening outside. Some people go to do the manicure and pedicure. Some people do the swimming. Anything that relaxes you will be considered me time, which is very important, like we are saying, because if we are not careful, you will be working nonstop, and by the time that you realize you didn't ever get time for yourself. So me time, I think I agree with that for sure.
No wonder you guys are not aging. We've seen you. I know your secrets.
Always young, right?
They always look young.
Yes.
So when it comes to issues of your health and your busy career, how have you encountered any challenges at all?
Challenges. A lot though. Yeah. So like
Some you can share.
yeah, that I
It's
can
a health,
share.
it's a health and busy career. Do you have any health issues?
Oh, health, like health issue. It's more with the
Yes.
career part. It's more with the career part. So because you are a mother, you are a family woman, you know, there are certain things that you want to achieve career wise. But because of your responsibilities as a mother, you know, there are certain things that you have to cut off in order to have time for the family. Because you realize that if you're going to pursue certain things, things will be falling behind. So sometimes maybe some of the things that I want to achieve, I haven't done it yet because I found myself being a mother, you know. So that can be a challenge. But in the same way, you find a way to get, you know, satisfaction because there are certain things that you have to let go that you are gaining in a different form, in a different way. So you can hold certain things if your family grow up, maybe the kids start growing up to be more independent, then you can go and pursue whatever you want to pursue. So it can be a challenge, but you have to be very smart in such a way that you want your family to grow to be well. You know, you want to balance your family in such a way that nothing impede their development, their time with you. So I can say that because of my family setup, I have to hold off on certain things in order to be there for them. Then as they age, you'll be like, oh, I have more time to myself. So maybe I want to write a book, right? I don't have that time now, but it's something that I may pursue later. So that can be a challenge in the career part for being a mother. But I have this saying that when there is a will, there is a way. So if you want to achieve it, definitely there will be a time that you can get to it. It's my thought. That.
Did you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, so career wise, or if you want to further your education, you can also go in the form of modular courses, so that it's not one stream that is so demanding, but you can be running it on modular basis so that you can have time for your family and your kids and the other family as well. So you can do it bit by bit as you go ahead your academic, and then it would in one way or the other help you, give you more time to attend to your kids while growing and all that. So you could employ that one as a way through it.
I want to say, okay, you are also both women in healthcare. Have you seen women struggling, you know, with their health and careers? I know you are not old, and fingers crossed you are going to continue to look younger, like Doc is saying. So you're not going to be taking on any health challenges. But in your practice, have you seen women juggling health issues with their careers?
Yes. I remember I was doing my MPhil, and we had mothers amongst us. And
What is MPhil? For those of us in the US, we probably don't know what that is.
Masters of Philosophy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
right.
yeah, MPhil. Yeah, so like we are pursuing an academia to teach in the university and all that. Yeah, so we had one lady who was going through challenges, health challenges, when he started school. She was fine, but as we went along the curriculum, she got sick along the way. She developed cancer, and it was so pathetic. She had to drop out of school, and which was another issue. And as we went along, she has to forfeit her exams and all that, so she couldn't graduate with us. So I think she couldn't cope with the stress and all that, coupled with the family life. So she had those challenges, and she dropped out of school. So as with working mothers, we have challenges, and it can affect our health based on the stress as you go through school. So it's really possible that women go through all these health challenges when they combine family and school together. Yeah.
And even if it's not the mother, it could be the child, right? If you have a sickly child, a sick child at home, or something that you have to be there for the child, definitely is going to affect your career and the time that you have to spend with such a child. So if it's a child like we have the autistic child, you know, so such disease can be such that it demands a lot of time. I think you were sharing with me this lady that have to quit her job, right, because of her sick child. So it can be a very huge challenge to have a sick child or you being sick yourself and trying to maneuver through juggling through being a mother and being a career woman.
Doc, I know you had a hospital, regional hospital. Have you seen any of your
Oh
people
yeah,
that work for you?
I perfectly agree. I agree to the issues of mothers with sick children. I remember one mom who came to me because she wanted to go back to work, and she's had this child with cerebral palsy who was struggling to even sit, let alone walk, and couldn't even verbalize. And she felt she was tired. And that's because of the child. She can't do anything. She can't go to work. She can't. Basically, her life was messed up. And the problem with our system in Ghana is quite different. A few people have the privilege of being able to take these kids to some kind of a special school. So we don't have too many of them. And so she came to me if I could get the social welfare system to adopt or put this child up for an adoption or send him to one of those children's homes so that she can be free. And they could see the stress on this mother. It was quite huge. The financial implications, even in terms of family bonding, because unfortunately, the man she even gave birth with basically has abandoned her, and it was quite a struggle. And so I share in that kind of experience that the two beautiful ladies have just put up, especially when you have a sick child. I have seen so many of them, and it's quite staggering that people come into the hospital with their kids, and they get treatment, they are discharged to go home, and yet they are even unable to pay their bills. And it's always the moms that are stuck in the hospital. So the men are nowhere to be found, and they have to be in the hospital with the kid who has even recovered, and because they've not been able to settle their bills. And you can imagine the kind of stress and shame that usually comes along with all of this, because people see you and they know you've been discharged, and why are you not going home? And it's because you've not been able to settle the bills of your child. And it's always the women who face it. So I can identify with some of these challenges that they have just shared. Wow. It's quite staggering. But so sometimes for me, what I usually would do is usually would have to take out the bills so that they can go home. It's something I do very often, very, very often. Because I don't see the men, and it's only the women, and they are there, and you know they have no ability to pay. So I have to take it off. But how many hospitals even do that? And how many hospitals even see this mother struggle? So it's quite a big issue when it comes to especially mothers with sick children. Your career becomes a mess. And your household is also messed up. If you're not lucky, your husband even moves on. And so it's quite a big challenge. And that is why I can identify. I've seen it in real life, and I experience it almost on a daily basis.
Wow, that's right. Women, you are special. Apart from all the things that the women go through, yes, if you have a sick child, that becomes even more difficult to handle. All right, so let's move on then. Can you suggest any potential, strategies for women going through such things? I know maybe any ideas whether the woman is sick or if their child is sick. What are some of the things we can all chip in? Doc, if you have any ideas, I know you're doing your own.
Well, I think it's one key thing for me. It's now I am really advocating for basically all the political parties in Ghana to include in their manifesto, and that is to do with the vaccination or vaccines against cervical cancer for our young women. And that should be part of our vaccination system, because it is quite devastating when women get cervical cancer. Unfortunately, it's the men that gives them the cervical cancer. And yet we make policies and we forget about this very dangerous virus, human papillomavirus, which is vaccine preventable. And so it's something I'm advocating for, and I'm hoping that it's adopted for women or young girls, at least at around the age of 13 years, even before they know any man. At least they have their vaccines fully completed, so that these issues of cancers can be dealt with, especially with cervical cancer. In Ghana now, I think there are a lot of opportunities for women to also screen for the other cancers, that is the breast cancer, so that they are identified when early enough. And so I think it's something that we should all be advocating for, so that women can take the opportunity to do self-examination, and when they suspect any lumps or any when they see something different, they know themselves better, like Hetty indicated, you should know yourself. Immediately you see something is amiss, you need to take steps to ensure that you get proper screening, so that when it's early detection is done in the early times, you are able to get treatment. Because usually by the time most of these cancers are seen, it is in an advanced stage and it's very difficult to manage. So I think it's one of the things that we should be advocating for our women, especially back home. And the issue of men, it's men who impregnate women and abandon them. It's quite a big problem. I don't know how we are going to deal with it, but we need to deal with it. Regardless of what happens, even if it's not in marriage, once you are responsible for a pregnancy, you have to own up as a man and support the woman, because they go through a lot, like we just identified, and they need our support. So it's something that we should be doing regardless of wherever we find ourselves, whether it's in marriage or even out of marriage. Once you are responsible, you have to own up and support, because raising kids is a big business. It's not easy. I think those are some of the things that as men we can help them. And the issues of managing the home. I mean, occasionally we can take off some of these chores away from them. We should be able to do that to support them. It doesn't make us any less of men. Okay, so when you see that she's stressed, she's struggling with a particular chore that you can support with, I think it's only good that you do so. And once we do that, and sometimes when even identify that they are tired, we should just be able to advise them and tell them, slow down.
Slow down.
There's no need. Just that. Even telling them to slow down, and there's no need to be doing ABCD. Why can't you postpone doing this to another day, and so forth? And once they get that encouragement from you, they are able to take it easy. So it's something that we should also be doing as men to support our women. They are magicians. I seriously, I don't know how they manage.
Women are magicians, Doc. I like that.
Doug, in
Yeah.
line with that, I have a question for you. So I know that here in United States, we have the pap smear that is being encouraged for all women to do it every 2 years. And the mammogram, I think, is every year. And I think colonoscopy we have every 5 years. That they are like things that is on paper, that routine, that if you go to your doctor will make sure that have you done this, have you done that. Do we have that in Ghana?
Unfortunately, no. So in Ghana, you have to take your own health into your hands and decide that you want to do those screening by yourself, so that you would be able to make sure that at least you pick these things early. There is a project that we are doing in my hospital in Bepai with some partners, and basically we are screening women for breast cancers and cervical cancers. we are picking so many cases. In fact, I can tell you that out of, I think, about 3,000 or so women that we screened, we've picked more than 200 cases of cervical cancer. But luckily, as part of the project, treatment is also part of it. So for those who we pick, we treat. But the question is, if we are not doing this project, and this in the small community, so you can imagine the larger community and what is going on there. The project is still ongoing anyway. So I'm sure the data may have changed even as we speak. But we are picking so many cases. We are picking women with breast issues, and we are sending them for further screening. And in some cases, some biopsies have been taken, and some have come out as positive. And this is just because of this project that we are doing, and that we are educating the women, and we are just doing it. So we don't have it as a policy that as you should be doing pap smears at regular intervals. You should be doing, let's say, colonoscopy, and even for the men, checking our prostate to see whether our prostate is in good health or not. We don't have it. So you need to be self-conscious and self-aware and decide that you want to do it for yourself. But it's something that we believe it should be part of the system. The system should get to that point where you get some of these interventions done. I can tell you that even for some of these vaccines, some of them are very expensive. And so because of the cost alone, it becomes prohibitive. And so unless it's part of the policy and is subsidized by government, a lot more people cannot afford it. Because some of the vaccines will cost, let me use even in terms of your dollar, a little over $200.
Yes.
Okay, for just one vaccine. And you are supposed to have, I think, 3 of these doses. And in places where people earn less than $1 a day,
they can afford that.
Cannot expect them to be able to cough out $200 and above dollars just to go and take an injection that is just going to prevent them from developing the cancer that they don't know whether they will even develop or will not develop after all. So it should be some kind of part of the policy that we are supposed to run. I have started advocating for it. I have gone to see the big political parties. I've spoken to them. I've asked them to include such in their manifestos. So I'm looking forward to seeing their manifestos. I want to see that in the manifesto of the MPP, in the manifesto of the NDC, because I've engaged both parties. And so we see how we go around this, because we cannot continue to live our lives the way we are living it. And that something has to give. So basically that is what is going on. So we don't have it, but we need to have it.
Right. Now, this, if you're watching us from the US, you may see that some people don't have access, but we have the access, and some people are too busy to get it. And as a matter of fact, in my place of work, our system is such that if you can come in for your medications, we will ask you automatically, do you need to get, because our system, we keep the database of who has gotten what shots in our system. Okay. If you haven't gotten it in our system, we will automatically ask you, have you gotten this? Did you want it? If you want it right then we'll give it to you. And people are, yesterday, I think, I asked somebody, and it's like, it's like, no, I don't want it. The way they say, they go about it, I'm like, it's like, you're doing me, you're telling me that you're there. I'm like, come on, man, it's not being there. It's for your own protection.
It's normal.
Some people have the access and they don't want to use it. If you are asking,
usually you see kids that have food in their homes. They usually will not want to eat, right?
Yes, exactly. The hungry ones don't get it, and the ones that have access, they don't want to use it.
They don't want it.
We have pneumonia, shingles, shingles vaccines, and this human papillomavirus vaccine. We have it all, and people are refusing it. People are refusing. We even have to call them. I had to call. I don't know if you had to call. Yeah, we call people just to remind them you're of the age. Come, of course, the company will benefit, of course, but still, it is for your own benefit ultimately, and people are refusing. So those of us who are watching and who will be watching later, this is a call to you. It's for your own benefit. Don't think about what the drug companies will make. They will make money. So what? You're also protecting your lives. And let's get those shots. Let's get those breast mammograms done. We've said it over and over on this channel that if you watch us and you miss your regularly scheduled screenings, then you are not doing good. Here it is part of the practice, doc. Here, if your doctor doesn't ask you at age 45 to get a colonoscopy, then he's not the best doctor. You probably should change, because that's the recommendation. They have standards. Physicians have to follow those standards. If you are 65 years and older and you haven't gotten your pneumonia shot, your doctor should be probably fired. Of course, we are also asking people, here and there to do it if the doctor's missing. But here, basically what I'm getting at is, here the access is there, but people are refusing it. And that is a sad thing, especially when it comes to, dark-skinned people. Some of us have so many superstitions about some of the, vaccines that are out there. Right now, the CDC is saying that everyone who is over 65 should get, booster doses of the COVID shot. Because, after 4 months, 5 months, your immunity wins. And people are saying, I'm never getting that shot, never again. Oh, bro, we're just trying to make sure that when you get the disease, you don't die. That's all it is. The CDC is not after you, So, yeah, that's a pretty good segue.
Hetty and Gifty, what really motivates you girls or you ladies to move on? What motivates you girls to be grinding every now and then?
Good question.
You're always on the move. What's your motivation?
That'll be Hetty for sure.
For who? Go get it. What motivates you?
What motivates you?
What motivates me to do what I do? To keep going. You don't have any choice. You just have to keep going, because you want the best in life. Another thing is, like, I know that I can achieve the best. I have the opportunities. It's out there, and the little that is required of me is to put in the work, So you put in the work, you get results, you get fulfilled. So why wouldn't you keep putting in the work to get fulfilled? And, that is something that keeps me going for more and more, because some people don't have that privilege, They sit down to study, or they are not able to absorb information. They can, there are certain abilities that they may not have. By God's grace, I can say that I have certain abilities. Why wouldn't I keep putting it in and being the best of myself? Why wouldn't I do it? I feel like I don't have any choice. I just have to keep going.
Come on, man. That's what the U.S. Embassy
I can
be all you can be.
all that I can be. And also, I think one thing too is to set like an example for my kids. So like I remember I told one of my kids, like, if you go to this school, I'm not going to be impressed, because I came from Ghana and I got into that school. So like I feel like I want to set a higher standard for my kids, that they can look up to me and say, if mommy can do this, I can do better, because I got better like opportunities than what she got. Because Nathan was asking me if I grew up in Ghana. I'm like, yeah, the whole of my adult life was in Ghana. Then I moved here. So that maybe the studying wasn't as great, the opportunities and the things that they are getting was not available. So I'm saying I'm just doing it to set a good example for them. I said that if me coming from far away can do this, you can do even better. So I think what motivates me can also be like, I want to set good standard for my kids, higher standard for my kids to emulate.
Wow.
Did I answer it?
It's difficult when someone asks you what motivates you, because you're already motivated in one way or the other. You haven't put your finger on, but it's your passion and the love for your family and your kids. And you see the kids get happy when they have a clean home, when you cook for them, when they come to meet you at home, when you attend to them, they are happy, and you also get happy.
Right.
And then when it comes to academics, it's about me. I think I have the energy, I have the strength, I have the tenacity.
Yes.
So I sit down and I get satisfied when I chop those laurels.
Oh, come on, man. That's just for you.
I get excited. And I was telling Dr. Sirbo a while ago that it's like it's been 2 weeks I haven't looked at my laptop, and I feel
missing something. Huh?
I've missed something because it makes me happy. So the point is, as a woman, do what makes you happy. Individual, that's for yourself. Do things that make you happy. Do things that makes you fulfilled. But although not at the detriment of your family, but try to do things that makes you happy. So I'm motivated in every way because I see the joy on people's faces. People are impacted. I see their joy. It makes me also happy, makes me satisfied. So the point is we keep on going until we get self-actualized. And that's the passion, that's the motivation.
Oh, come on, girls. Come on, girls. Come on, girls.
Oh, I think I have to add this one so that our husbands will be proud of us. How about
Oh,
that?
come on, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, as for us, we are already proud of you.
Yeah, ready. You know what I'm saying, dog?
We are already proud of you. So let me ask this. What would you tell women out there who should I say more or less instill some kind of jealousy, envy, and even bitterness that permeates to the extent that even gets to their children?
What do you tell them?
What would you
Yes.
tell them?
Because from what you guys are saying, I realize that all of you were motivated by yourselves. And you looked at yourselves and you are more or less looking within yourself and what you want to do for yourself. There was no reference to a third party in both of your answers, that you are not looking up to somebody or because somebody achieved this, you wanted to do more or because of this, but you wanted to just be examples to your children. And of course, at the tail end, you want to make us happy. We are already happy. But out there, we know there is a lot of jealousy, there's a lot of envy, there's a lot of bitterness. So how do you deal with it? How do you tell the other women who are probably in that kind of situation?
Okay, so what I would tell them maybe it will be like look within you. I think my sister said it. What makes you happy? You are not trying to compare yourself to any other person. At the end of the day, you are in competition with yourself. You just want to be better of yourself. Where you are today, you just want to go a little higher. So you are not in competition with anybody. If you are going to compare yourself with another person, you are going to be the most miserable person on earth. Because wherever you think you are right now, somebody is higher of you than you. Somebody is doing better than you. You think you have money, you have the mansion, you have this. Somebody has better than you. So there is very dangerous, or you're going to be very miserable, or you feel bitter and like you are not going to be happy if you compare yourself. So what you have to do is look within you and see what you can do. What are your potentials? What are the things that you can do? It's not that you want to do to compete with anybody. You just want to do because God has endowed you with all these abilities that you have to use. So if you think that way, there is no way that you are going to be envious or be bitter about anybody, because at the end of the day, it's just you. You set your own targets, you can't meet it. You take one day at a time. My sister was saying that you have to do modules. You take your courses bit by bit. You just want to achieve something. You just want to attain certain heights in life. So comparison is definitely not a best way to go. So you are jealous because you are comparing yourself with somebody. You are bitter because you feel like you are not getting what you really want to get in life. But if you know that it's me, my life, I have only one life to live, and I want to achieve certain things, you do it at your pace. Sometimes people get breakthrough at one point in life. It doesn't mean that you are not going to get your own breakthrough. Yours may come later in life. Maybe somebody is struggling to have a kid and it's not coming. Maybe your time is not up yet. You want to travel, it's not there yet. Maybe your time is. It doesn't mean you have. If somebody gets something, you have to be happy with the person. We have this saying at church that I tap into your blessing. Just tap into it and just be motivated. If you want to know, just approach the person, and you can say that, oh, sister, I know you are pursuing this course. I'm interested in that. Can you guide me? Can you help me? you know. So just have a free mind and live your life and enjoy life. Life is too short, you know. If you're going to sit down and compare and be bitter, you're going to be the most miserable person. But we all have the chance to be happy. So I think that's what I would tell them. Look within and do what works best for you.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I think it is right on the head. If you want to be like Gifty, not out of jealousy, but you are motivated by what she's doing or what she has achieved, approach her. How did you do it, my sister? You are a family woman. Church, you are there. Work, you are doing well. And you are moving up as well. How do I get to be like you? Then you find ways and then she will teach you and all that. But staying outside and being jealous, but muffing the person is not going to help. So I think that's another way that you can look at it. Talk to the person, consult the person, find ways to maneuver your way through. I think that one is better than just being bitter about nothing.
My goodness, come on, man. Oh, man. We are wrapping up, Doc. I want us to use this short few minutes to tell something to our mothers, express how they have been to us. I didn't even get to call my mother-in-law yet. I'm pretty sure she's going to be sleeping by now, or unless she got hinted and is watching. But we got mothers. Yeah, Doc. Let's use this opportunity to tell our mothers something. I'll start from my extreme end, and we all say something. And if you are watching, use this chance to also create something and share with your mom. You probably did something already, but we just want to learn from each other what our mothers mean to us. So start with Gifty.
What my mother.
Do you have anything to say?
Oh, if I want to start, I think we girls got together, the three of us here. I know one of my sisters is back in Ghana, but the three of us got together yesterday and we were talking about how our mother has been a solid rock. Like the way that she has instilled this passion, like this zeal, or like the tenacity my sister is talking about in us, that we sat down and we were examining, we were talking, like what did she put in us that we are so forceful? We just want to achieve the height in life. We just want to keep going. Then we all agreed that our mother was definitely an example. With the little that she had when she was raising us, she did her best. And we can't say enough. She gave her all. My sister was saying that she consumed the last part of her clothing. Her clothes, he would take one and sell at a time in order for one of us to get into university or get into school or something like that. And when it got to her time, she used up all the last parts, the cloth, her capital. She just have to let go everything that she had. She'll be like, you have to put a cloth in your stomach, tie it hard, and take care of our kids. That's our mother for you. She will do whatever it takes. So we can't say enough. This day, Mother's Day, we wish her the best. We pray for long life, that she will live and see and enjoy the fruit of her labor. She has given us a lot. We don't want to cry here. We love her so much. And
Oh, come on, man. Oh, man.
Man.
Yes, that's our mother for you. I don't know.
I
don't know. You want to add more, but
So, to all women, I want to say you are doing a good job. Keep going, and you would be surprised and amazed the messages you receive from your kids. And so keep going.
you tear up like what I'm doing, right?
Yes. So keep going. You are doing an amazing job. But the point is always listen to your body. When you are tired, take a break for yourself so that you will live longer to take care of your kids. So good job to you all, mothers everywhere.
Oh, come on, man. That's good. So she has added the tip for the day. Take a break when you have to. listen to your body is the key, right? And I'll also, Doc, you're going to come to you. You get to speak last on that, so get ready.
He has his mother right there. So.
Yeah, let me finish and I'll come to you, though, since we are going in this way. So it's my turn, Doc. I also want to say I didn't have my mom in my life from the onset. I had a stepmom, and I recently I reconnected with my own mom. But for the little that I have seen, I wish I had known her better, and longer, But that being said, I want to say Happy Mother's Day to her. I tried to call her today, but as you can tell, the sacrum telephones.
I'm not your Huawei.
It's a little bit, and then a cut, and I couldn't finish. But I want to express how much I love her,
Right.
and also tell of all the other mothers that have come in my life. Even my stepmom, I also want to say Happy Mother's Day to her. I'm proud of her and what she has also done for not just me, but for my other half brothers and sisters. And we are really proud of all mothers, the mother figures, people who are not mothers yet, but who are playing the role of motherhood, taking care of other children's kids. You are the ones that we are very proud of, because not only are you taking care of your own, you're also taking care of others, and we are proud of you. Thank you so very much for being there. Doctor is going to talk about her mom too.
My mom is here, so let me put the camera on her. So you come. She's putting the eduku on proper.
Let me see if I can.
They call it headgear. So this is her. So
let me see if I can.
That's gift. That's sister. Okay. That's sister. No, na hetty. And okay. So this is my mom. She recently moved to the States. But like she always says, she never dreamt of this day ever, that she even sit in an aeroplane and fly all the way here. She was born in a typical village somewhere in Efijasi. That place was not Efijasi, Edukuro. That was where she was born, Motokronia. So if you know Motokronia, that is where my mom was born, and now she's here in New York. But I think for me, I'll speak for myself and my siblings. She's been a wonderful mom. She's not the typical soft mom that you would get. This was a tough mom. This mom was tough. In fact, to be able to even raise me was quite a hell. And I can say that it wasn't easy. We were born in a very, very difficult terrain. If you have an idea of what a zongo looks like. Zongo is quite difficult terrain, and to get out of that place without any blemish was almost like impossible. But she managed. And she was able to take us through, and she's been very supportive. She's seen us through it. I don't know the kind of work she never did. When I was born, I think she was then a seamstress. Later, she started selling, maize, these cereals.
Yeah.
Then it was these foodstuffs like the plantains, the cassavas, the whatever. And later, it was like she needs to go into kinky. She has to do, this yam, when you do, you boil the yam and sell all of it. And even at a point, fried yam, fried poko and others. I mean, the fried plantains. And later she went into selling used clothes. We call it fos.
Wow.
So she's done it all.
She's done
She's
it
done
all.
it all because of us. And we are grateful to her. She is the reason why we are what we are. And essentially, for me, I think I was the most difficult one to manage. But she managed me, and I'm here. So I think the only thing I can tell her is that I love her so much.
Oh, that's good. That's powerful.
But today being a Mother's Day, of course, she's not alone. Our in-law back, she's enjoying a little bit in Ghana. She's there enjoying the warm weather. So she's been great. She's been supportive. Then when there are challenges in the marriage, and you see that she steps in gently without shaking the tables too much, and she ensures that at least there's stability. We appreciate her so much. She's been wonderful to me as well. And I see her as a great pillar as well. And she doesn't even call me as her son-in-law. She calls me Bra, which means I'm like a brother to her. I'm a little brother to her. And that is how she treats me. And that for me is wonderful. Same with my wife. I don't know how she's managed to be with me for more than 20 years. It's a miracle. I sometimes don't know how she does it. Because Oteng, maybe you are better. I don't know how I am very, very tough to manage, and I know it. I am very difficult, and I know. But my difficulty is not out of stubbornness. And I've told you my background and how I was raised up in a very difficult terrain. And naturally, I'm very difficult, but I don't know how she does it. And I'm sure people have asked her several times how she's able to manage me up to today. And for 20 years, we are still together. We don't have any major issues and we are fine. And the interesting thing is that I am also the most gentle man that you can have at home, despite all the other things that comes with this strong head. Once you are able to manage me, I am the most, but she's done very well and I appreciate her. I love her so much. And I told her today that she's the best. And indeed, I meant it when I say she's the best. She is. So, Hetty, you are the best.
Thank you.
And I love both of you, my mom and yourself, in different ways. So, we appreciate all of you. And today, for all mothers out there, we know your struggles. We know your difficulties. We appreciate them. And as men, we can only pray and hope that we turn out better to support you better. And like I said, no man should abandon any child, whether in marriage or out of marriage. Let's support these women because they are wonderful women. And sometimes what they do is simply magic. That is what I have to say.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
So that's
That was
after
good.
Jacob.
That was good. That was good. That was good.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day, mommy. All right. All right. So we are bringing the show to an end. And I also I forgot to talk about my second mother here too. Gifty is my second mother.
They count that. Can you sleep?
Nathan, this morning we went to her and I was shaking. I'm like, Happy Mother's Day. I told Nathan, come and tell your mother Happy Mother's Day. And then she started counting her children and she added me. I'm like, yeah. I'm definitely one of your big children and we love you also. And my mother-in-law too. I'm happy you brought that up. She's been a pillar for us, sacrificing her life sometimes as we raise these kids. You know, she's been here, just living here for us. You know, sometimes it's amazing. When these days she talks about this time when I go, I'm not coming back. I don't want to accept it, you know. But how can you not accept it after doing it all these years? You know, so we are proud of her also, and we love you for all you do. You guys are beautiful and wonderful ladies in our lives, and as long as you remain the way you have been so far, Doc, we're gonna hang around, right? We ain't going anywhere.
Oh, definitely.
We are not going anywhere.
The way we are going with our both and us all of it going down, we have no option, you know.
All right. All right. So finally, let's say something to the ladies out there who are watching. We've made it a little more family oriented, but that is how women are. Women create families, and so we believe that doing this will make your life even better when you enjoy your own family. So one key thing that Hetty has been saying is make me time.
Yeah.
Yes, create a time for yourself. For all the diseases that they mentioned, the heart disease,
Okay,
the cancers, and all those other stuff. If you do not create time for yourself, you are not going to get time to do that breast self exam. You're not going to do that mammogram. You're not going to do that exercise or take your blood pressure medication, and you're going to basically fall apart quick. And I know if you leave quick, you are leaving your man to enjoy the rest of their life with somebody else, built on what you have done. So we challenge you. I'm saying that just to challenge you. Don't build this great thing called money, home, and then leave it. Do all the things that will make you stay here for the long time, your God-given time, so that you will be healthy and live longer and better life. So that's what I would tell the women that are watching. Make sure that you create time for yourself, as Hetty has said, and cherish your family, as Gifty has also said. And the men, we will force suit. We will love you if you do that. Doug, you have any advice for the women?
I think you said it all. I support you with 100 bags of cement.
Wow, come on, man. 100 bags of cement will build a pillar. Ladies, do you have any final?
So what I would say that to all ladies out there is that don't be too hard on yourself. You know, you have to enjoy your family. You know, don't set the standard so high that you can't meet it and you're so frustrated. You know, take one day at a time, enjoy your family, enjoy your kids. They grow so quickly. And if you don't enjoy this moment, you get upset because they are messing your house and what they will be gone in no time. So enjoy the moment, take one day at a time, take it easy on yourself, you know, and live life freely, you know, enjoy life and appreciate everything that God has given you. And there is no perfect mom out there. Like we said, there is no perfect marriage out there. There is also no perfect mom out there. Be your best, and I'm sure people around you will see what you're doing and give glory to God for all you do.
That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good.
Yeah. So I want to tell women out there that it's okay to fail. Yeah. We are all human. It's okay to have failures. So all that you have to do is reevaluate your priorities, reset them, and then go back again. That's and then step back when you are tired, take a break, and you are good to go.
Wow. It's okay to fail.
Yeah.
It's okay to fail.
Yeah.
All right. So we are ending the live show, and I want to say thank you to our guest that joined us all the way from Ghana, from my immediate left,
Yeah.
Mrs. Henrietta Cerebro, and my co-host, you all know her already, Gifty Oteng, and then our own big doc, my brother, Dr. Frank Cerebro, president of the Ghana Medical Association. We want to say thank you for your time, and we appreciate you coming on the live anytime you are away for conference, and we appreciate you coming even to spend time here. God bless you, and have a nice stay, a nice rest of your stay before you go back to your work. God bless you.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, we'll see you on the other side. God bless.
Sure.